This guitar will destroy America! Nah, I'm just kidding. The Americans are doing a fantastic job of that all by themselves. I love America, where it's so free that the Harry Potter books get banned for being dangerous, but everybody gets a gun because nothing could possibly go wrong with that idea. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. Chill out. I really do love America. Please get well soon. Now, my search for affordable and amazing guitars made in the good old USA continues, and I just might die of old age before that actually happens. And while I'm sure the idea of me kicking the bucket brings a smile to the faces of pickup manufacturers, Guitar World Magazine, and the entire management team at Gibson, I'm gonna do my best to find great guitars for a reasonable price and share it with you. So what happens when I increase my budget from $500 to $1,200? Well, you sure as hell can't get a Made in USA Harmony for that price anymore. Those went up to $1,349 and they're fucking hideous. However, $1,200 still will buy you a quality instrument made elsewhere, like a Fender Vintera made in Mexico, or a PRS SE made in Indonesia, or a one-of-a-kind handmade guitar crafted from 300-year-old reclaimed wood in the Czech Republic. Brand's called Lamboj, and they reached out to me a while back asking if they could be on the show. The whole idea is that they make guitars from reclaimed wood, and they sent me several pictures, and I was like, cool, but where's the V's? And they were like, now that's the thing. I like V's. I've got V's from Solar, Spectre, LTD, Epiphone, Vicious, and Rough. So they took their time, did some homework, and they built me a V. And this is what I got. Now this is something altogether unique because I've never played anything like it. The body is made from a roofing crossbeam from a 300-year-old house, and the pickguard is from a 100-year-old floorboard. Now, just for a way of comparison, that's older than the oldest building here in Windsor, Ontario. It's kind of mind-blowing, to be honest. And it's cool that the wood from those buildings is being repurposed into something amazing. Let's hear what this thing can do. Now, you guys are always insisting on clean sound, so okay, great. Now, normally when I'm playing clean, I prefer to play on a neck pickup. Well, we've only got a bridge pickup here, but it's been marked. It's got several different modes here, and of course it's upside down, so I can't read it. So we got series, split, and parallel. Let's just see what we got here. Series, split, and parallel. So a little bit difference. Oh, that's got some country twang, doesn't it? Yeah, that's a little rock and roll, so. Let's see what this thing can do.
America.
Wow, actually, that wasn't half bad. That's really got a hell of a twang. I don't know. If you're a Nashville guy, this might actually be a really cool option because that really does that shit kicker twang thing. I wasn't expecting that, but wow. That being said, I don't think I'm going to go buy myself a cowboy hat and learn how to line dance any soon. That's just not quite my thing. But yeah, I mean, like if you kick that in for a little bit of gain here, I'm on the Bad Cat Link 60, by the way, and I'm going through that wonderful Harley Benton vertical greenback 2x12, just a phenomenal cap. Let's kick in maybe a bit of gain here. See what we get. That's actually kind of a lot of fun. It's got that kind of spanky, quacky thing. There you go. Judas Priest, the Nashville Barbecue Edition. Interesting stuff. Now, the one thing on the last VR review, that was the rough V, I mentioned a couple of appointments there that were kind of pissing me off. It was a placement of the output jack and the fulcrum point where the guitar is going to balance when it's got a strap. So this is great because the output jack is sitting out of the way. So, you know, you can sit with the guitar comfortably. There's no problem. The end pin for the strap isn't digging into your leg. That's another awesome thing. And they put the balance point for the guitar a little bit further up the neck. It's sitting at about the 18th fret instead of like the 22nd fret. So there's more of the weight of the body on the right side where it needs to be. I'm always looking for good balance on guitars. And if we check it out here, like that's not going anywhere. Being that this is Lamboj's first V guitar, I'd say they did a spectacular job figuring out where to put that. That's an easy thing to overlook. Good job. Now, you guys are here for the high gain. This is a metal show after all. So I did a little homework. I thought, okay, I want to keep things fresh. I don't want to keep playing the same thing over and over and over again. I want to give you guys something new. So I dug up an old fossil from the 80s. I think all you old school metalheads are going to love, or at least get a laugh out of. See if you guys remember this one. All right. I'm going to stop the pain right there. If you guys look that up, if you don't know what the hell that was, seriously, I'm going to have a link for this video, I think in the description below somewhere, because I think you should check it out. It is the most unintentionally hilarious thing ever. That was a Celtic Frost riff. Those guys were like one of the progenitors of the whole, you know, extreme and black metal movement in the early 80s and whatnot. And then somewhere like around 87, 88, they got the great idea to go glam. And the song's called Cherry Orchards. Go look it up. It is hysterical. And I remember that record was out of print for a very long time, and I think it was on purpose too. I don't think those guys are very proud of that record because yeah, it didn't really work out so well for them. That's unfortunate, but thanks guys for all the wonderful memories. Yeah, I gotta say, just playing this guitar up and down the neck, you know, it's fucking brilliant. It really is. Shall we say a little bit unsure of what they were actually going to send me, you know, looking at the guitars, you know, in the pictures, you know, they're all kind of like offsets, which aren't my thing. And I'm kind of Strats. I'm like, I got a million Strats, build a fucking V. This thing's pretty sick. I gotta say, it's pretty damn cool. This guitar plays brilliantly. It's just so much fun. Now, if you're the kind of guitar player who gets inspired by guitar, this might be inspirational. I don't know if that's quite my thing, but hey, your mileage may vary, but it is an awful lot of fun. Now, I'm gonna do one more test here because I notice I'm having a bit of a hard time grabbing those pinch harmonics on Cowboys from Hell. I'm thinking that's more the strings than the actual pickup or anything like that, because the strings just feel a little bit smoother. They put on these, this is what I got, the DR Veritas. They're not my normal SIT strings that I would play, so there might be something to that. I can't say for certain. The pickup seems plenty hot though, so I think it's fine. I'm going to do one more test here. I'm going to do the No More Tears test. I'm just going to down tune this for a sec. Ooh, a little bit tougher to pull that off on this guitar. I did nail it the second time around, but the first time, yeah, missed it completely. Again, it could be a technique thing. I am kind of thinking it's the strings that just don't quite grab like others do. It's, again, they're very, very smooth. I mean, not that super noisy, so yeah, there might be something there, but I'm gonna do what I usually do, and as a producer, and that's blame the guitar player. He probably needs to practice more. Where'd I go put that mirror? Let's check out the specs reel. Let's give this thing the Spectre Sound 5-star breakdown. So for packaging, I gotta give it 0 stars. Nothing! Come on guys, what the actual fuck were you thinking? You build an awesome guitar and then ship it in straw and bubble wrap? If you're gonna take the time to build an amazing instrument, take the time to ship it properly. Bubble wrap is not enough to protect the guitar in an international shipment. These things get thrown around. UPS loves to throw speed holes in the boxes. You need to protect the guitar properly. Now, if you take a look at the headstock, you can see it was damaged slightly from shifting around. So here's my suggestion. Even the cheapest gig bag you're gonna find on Amazon is gonna be a better choice than what you packaged it in. Add in an extra $50 to the cost and protect this properly because it's worth protecting. Use the bubble wrap around the gig bag and get rid of the straw. Or at least include a warning sticker, unbox this outdoors because this shit is going to get everywhere. Because this was the first unboxing I've ever done on this show where I had to pull out a vacuum cleaner after the shoot. Come on guys, your customers deserve better. Setup, 5 stars. It plays so well, it really does. The action's flawless, the intonation is flawless, and I just want to keep playing it. I think there's just a whole cool vibe around this thing. It's just freaking amazing. And here's the thing. I want to change absolutely nothing about this guitar. This is just perfection right out of the box. Well done. Fit and finish, 4 stars. This is not a relic guitar. This is something completely different. This is a guitar made from a relic, which is a really cool spin on the idea of what a guitar can be made of, because it's not pretending to be something it's not. I'm not expecting perfection here. There's knots in the woods, there's fissures and cracks and all kinds of imperfections, as I would expect from a guitar that's made from wood that's hundreds of years old that originally was a roofing beam. Now, the important part here is that I'm finding 0 issues with the fretwork. Nothing's jumping out, everything's properly sanded, and the cutaway to access the upper frets is extremely well done. There's a couple minor gripes here. I'd like maybe this kind of rounded off a little bit because it kind of digs into the arm when you're sitting with it. And my other gripe is here, the shellacking, if you look closely at it, looks a little bit crappy where the badge is. It looks like the badge might have shifted after being glued. An alternative suggestion would be to use a stencil and paint a logo on here instead, because it will probably come out a whole lot cleaner. Components, 4 stars. DiMarzio, it's got the stuff guitarists need. I'm sure it sounds unique, different, and special, especially when you compare it to all the other humbuckers out there, but it does do the job. The hardware is Goto, and it includes a Graphtec nut, which is a personal favorite of mine. It probably would have been a little bit cooler if they included Goto locking tuners, and hopefully they'll make that an option, but the guitar's tuning stability is outstanding. I prefer locking tuners for faster string changes, so I can only hope. Overall, 3.25 stars. I think this is a killer guitar that is utterly unique. I just love playing it. I love looking at it. It's just so cool. It's got such an old school metal vibe to it. And I just absolutely am in love with this thing. You're not gonna get one of these off the shelf at your local guitar mart because this is made by a real craftsman, and honestly, at under $1,200 US, you're gonna have a hard time finding this level of quality for that kind of price. And that's just considering all the mass-produced guitars out there. Now, if you want a custom, well, to be honest, I just don't know enough about small US builders to say either way. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend to be an expert on affordable custom guitars because I'm not. I know what I like though, and I think this thing's fucking cool. And if it had been packaged better, it would have got a much higher score, probably somewhere around 4.25, 4.5. Fortunately though, the issues with the packaging are really easy to fix. And for what it's worth, the communication back and forth between myself and Radek the builder has been nothing short of outstanding. As long as you're fine with your Android, iPhone, TV, computer, Xbox, guitar amp, speakers, microphones, jeans, Disney toys, and Ray-Bans, all being made from countries not spelled USA, I don't think you should have a problem with a guitar being made in a small shop in the Czech Republic. And if you're in the market for something a little bit different, I'd highly recommend checking out Lamboj guitars. I think they're a killer value for the money and are a breath of fresh air in a sea of clones. You can find Lamboj on Reverb and Facebook, and I'll have links for everything in the description below. Thanks for watching. Now fuck off. Those on... Fuck.